Welcome to VerityHearts, it's Vera. You know, I went on a picnic a few days ago at a cemetery. Now for some of you that might sound fine, but for others that might seem a little odd, a little strange. Why would you do that? You see, I come from a traditional Orthodox Christian faith, and we have a tradition that the week after Easter, so the first Sunday after Easter, we all head down to the cemetery where we hold a memorial service for the departed. And we have the graves blessed, and while we're there, we all have a picnic. It's quite a lively event. It's a social event with the living. We catch up with people we haven't seen in the last year. We get time to reflect. We share memories and stories of our loved ones. And even if we aren't out there sharing those stories, it's an opportunity for us to remember those people that are no longer with us in this physical world. And you see, it's not weird for me because, well, I've grown up since birth going to these yearly events. I also went to many, many funerals over the years. I was, death was quite natural. It was just a part of life. Cemeteries were never this morbid place, and I never got why some people, kind of went, ooh, it's scary at a cemetery. It's just a cemetery. It's actually nice parkland. But, and over the years I found I could hear people talking about, they'd be going to a funeral, but they're not taking their children. They don't want to expose them to that. And it's like, well, didn't quite understand why, but, their tradition is not my tradition. And it's not for me to put my tradition on someone else. And look, and I get it, as parents want to protect their kids from things that they might find confronting, or adult subjects, things like that. So it's not about the funerals and it's not about the cemeteries, but what it got me thinking about is how we do want to protect those that we love. Just like some parents won't take kids to a funeral because they think they're protecting their child. Well, we all go through life, and it's a natural human tendency to want to protect those we love from things that we think will be confronting, challenging, difficult, painful. And it makes sense. We all do it. It's a natural human response. And you'd think that's a really good response. It's helpful, isn't it? Yeah, maybe yes, maybe no. Because you see, as human beings, we want to grow, or we will grow into the fullest potential of ourselves only through periods of struggle, only through difficult times, only through challenges. We have to go through these things in order to build our strength and resilience. So when we want to protect someone from a challenge, well, are we really helping them? Or are we stifling their potential? Are we stifling their growth? And I wonder, when we see someone and a challenge, through which eyes we're looking at them. Are we looking at the person and that challenge through the eyes of our own limitations, that we think they are limited somehow in dealing with this? Or are we looking at that person through the eyes of their potential, what they can get through, what they can achieve, what they can overcome? Now, Abraham Maslow has captured this sentiment, I think, in the perfect way. And he says, not allowing people to go through their pain and protecting them from it may turn out to be a kind of overprotection, which in turn implies a certain lack of respect for the integrity and the intrinsic nature and future development of the individual. Wow, a lack of respect, a lack of recognizing their potential. We all know the butterfly story where, the caterpillar, is cocooned. It's in a very dark place, very still, very dark. There's a struggle that occurs where suddenly it's trying to break out. And when it breaks out, once it's pushed its way through the cocoon, out comes this amazingly beautiful butterfly. And what happens, or the story is, when somebody was walking past and they could see this struggle happening in a cocoon, and they thought, I'll help it. And they break open the cocoon. And because the butterfly didn't have to go through that struggle, it falls to the ground and dies. Because it's through the struggle that it builds its strength and its resilience, and then it can fly. But the same can apply to us. There are times in our lives where we have to go through that darkness, where we have to go through that struggle, because it's only then can we become the person that we were created to be.